everyone. So one of the more simple things to do in motion graphics is to have text follow a path. You can create so many different various things just by following a path. But having your text follow along in different weird shapes can sometimes give a little bit more personality to whatever animation you're making. It could be as simple as just having your text go across the screen, or it can be something like it's following a shape or a design of a character. So I'm going to start by going up here to composition and making a new composition. I'm going to name this text on path, just so it's a little easier for me to remember. I'm going to make sure my duration is kind of short at 10 seconds and that my frame rate's about 24, so 23.976 or 24 frames a second. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to my pen tool and I'm just going to make some sort of shape. Now you can also do this with an actual shape like a rectangle or a star. But for me, I prefer the pen tool because it's a little bit faster and a little bit more customizable. All right, so the first thing what we're going to do is I'm going to make some text. So I'm just going to click anywhere in here and I'm going to type out some text. I'm a big fan of hello there with a period. And what I'm going to do is select my text, open this up, and inside of text here, there's path options and path. Now, currently, when I click on this little drop down, there's none. So I'm going to click my text, come up here to my pen tool, and I'm going to make some sort of line. Now, it could be as complex as making a star, which I think you should be able to use the shape tools as well, or just, a line that goes across. I'm just going to make something kind of sloping, something kind of simple for this tutorial. Sometimes I do very broad, quick, jagged kind of looks, but for right now, this light curve will be fine. So now when I come to this path, I should see mask 1 because I have made a mask with this curve. So when I click on there, it should automatically put your text onto this path, which is pretty great. Now, what you'll have to do is you can see my words are starting on screen, and that's not really where I want them to start. I kind of want them to start all the way off screen so they kind of come in and stop like in the middle and then move off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this first margin, just click and drag it so all of my text is off screen on this first frame. And then I'm going to click my stopwatch to keyframe it. I'm then going to move on my time slider to about where I want the words to stop. So for me, it's about 2 seconds, and then I'm just going to move them to where I want them to stop. It should automatically put a keyframe. I'm going to put a little hold frame, which is just an empty keyframe at the same location, right here. So from here to here, it'll hold. So it'll come on from here to here, doesn't move, and then I'm going to have it move off at about 4 seconds so that it's all the way off screen. So now if I hit play, it kind of hovers. Now I can easily make it last a little longer by opening up those keyframes a little bit. And in the middle of these, I might also change my transform to scale up. So at this beginning frame here, I will click my time slider for scale. This last one, I'm going to hit my keyframe. And here in the middle, I'm just going to scale it. Ooh. So it kind of bounces up a bit. So it goes, hello there, and then continues on. You can do all sorts of things with it. I'm just trying to do something a little simple so you can kind of see that there's a different motion happening in that nice hold. Okay, so now we have this nice motion. But what if, for instance, on this keyframe here, we had a sharper curve? So you can see right now my letters overlap quite a bit. It's a little disconcerting, and it's a little jumbled. It's not great. So what we can do is we can come over here, and in our text layer, we can click this little animate button, right here, and we're going to click this tracking. So what tracking actually does is it's not like tracking a motion, but it is tracking overlapping. It's how much is being overlapped in your text. So the tracking amount is how much is happening. So I'm going to go ahead and before my E hits this curve, I'm just going to keyframe it. And then after it hits this curve, I'm going to change, so you can see they space out a little bit, my count. And then once all of my letters have made it across, I'll take it back to 0. So it kind of stretches my text. You can also change the tracking to just be before. You can change it to being, let's change that to before. So you can see only the 1/2 kind of changes, so it gets a lot more crimped down here. And then after, see how it still gets a little crimped up in the front? So keeping this at before and after will make it so that there's a little less crunching through your animation. You can also set it just so you can space out your words. It'll change the kerning of your animation. And that's it. That's all you need to know about how to add your text to a path.